Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Eat to Explore with Rowena. And today we are making and exploring food and culture from Japan, one of my favorite countries. So, what's inside the box? You will get a booklet to learn everything about Japan. And our new booklet actually will have music playlists, movies, and book suggestions for each of the country. And as always, you learn about the landmark, you learn geography, history, social studies, art, music. And then the box comes with chopsticks for kids if you have the family box. And we will make 3 local favorite recipes. And today we're making okonomiyaki, actually one of my favorite. And our Japan box has all the stuff that actually comes from Japan, which is actually super cool. And like this is actually from Mount Fuji, um, Bonito, all the sauces. So, shall we start? Before we start, let's just go through some beautiful vegetables that we got from Melissa's. Thank you, Melissa's. We for okonomiyaki, we actually need cabbage, actually just half a head, and of course I got 2, and some scallion. This is actually scallion with the onion bulb, so young onion. So we'll definitely use everything, and of course you'll need some bacon and eggs, and we will show you how it's done. Okay, step 1 of okonomiyaki, we're making the batter first. So I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and now I'm going to add a quarter teaspoon salt, quarter teaspoon sugar, quarter teaspoon baking powder, and then I'm going to add 1 cup of water. Stir in gently. Okay. And then we're going to let this rest for about 15-20 minutes. Okay. Kind of let the baking powder rise a little bit. So. I use a bigger bowl because we're going to add all the vegetables and everything inside. So it's just easier to fit in. Okay. So make sure everything is blended properly. And then I'm just going to let it sit for 15-20 minutes. You can cover it with saran wrap and let it sit. Okay. Come back to this later. All right, step 2, let's prep the vegetable. I'm actually going to make this okonomiyaki without bacon and make it vegan, vegetarian optional. So I am actually just going to chop up and mince up the cabbage and then the spring onion. So let's start. So this is a big cabbage. We only need half. Of course, you can actually use the food processor to cut them, or you can just use your knife and slice them, which is what I'm going to do. Or you can use a box grater. So super easy. I'm just going to take off the outer layer that's a little bruised. The other part is fine. And then we're going to first slice this up really thinly. You know, using knife is actually pretty easy and it's kind of fun to do. Okay. Just make sure it's really, really thin. So I'm just going to do one side first and then I'll mince it off the rest. Okay, then what you do, I'm going to continue the rest. Put them in strips like this and then continue just make it really, 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 really nice, even mince. I frankly think using the knife is easier. Stack them up and cut them into little pieces. Now you can put them straight into your batter, or you can put it aside. I like to save bowls, so I am going to put them straight into my batter. So on the batter, I'm actually gonna, because I still feel like the lump is not properly mixing properly, I'm actually gonna use a whisk to just sort of whisk it in. Okay. And now I'm gonna add the cabbage. I'm gonna add the cabbage straight into the batter. I'm still not done yet, so this is just part of it. Just okay, now we're gonna cut the rest and put it back in there. So same thing, just stack it up and then just mince it up. You can also use food processor, but I always find food processor make it a little bit too fine. So, but you will like it fast, you can do that. But knife is equally easy. Just chop it up a little bit. I'm gonna finish off the rest. Now, because I have such a big cabbage, I'm actually just gonna do a third instead of half. And you can kind of tell when you putting the cabbage, minced cabbage in the batter. And frankly, more doesn't really matter. It's actually good for you. Just want to make sure you coat evenly on all the vegetable. All right, so this is slightly, it's close to half, and I'm gonna put this all in the. I'm gonna mince it up a little bit more. All right, all in the batter. And we still have the spring onion, so make sure you coat in properly, okay? Okay, I'm gonna now cut the spring onion and put it in there too. Next, the spring onion. Cut off the ends. And with the bulb, you can slice it. Now I'm gonna just chop it up. Add that to the batter. I don't need all the bulb, it's a lot, so I'm just gonna use the greens because it's like, and this is gonna go in the batter. All right, put this aside. Later we're gonna add eggs. And so that's step 2 and 3. And now we are going to add eggs. And we can start cooking. Super easy. See, it's nicely coated. So make sure you have the batter properly coated. And now we are going to add the eggs. Now we add 3 eggs. Mix it up properly. Okay. Break it first. Then we can start cooking. It's a super easy dish, but it's super healthy. And then when you mix it with the okonomiyaki sauce and also with the mayo and the bonito, it is delicious. You'd be surprised, like, how do my kids eat all these vegetables? Of course, you can always add bacon, and I'll kind of explain how you do it. Super easy. But I'm actually making one without bacon. Put this aside. Okay, now we're gonna make the okonomiyaki. We're gonna fry it. So, in a bit of oil, I'm gonna like brush it in to make sure that it's even. So I want to make sure the pan is well coated so that it's nice and warm. Cast iron. This is like a pancake fryer. Cast iron. So useful to do pancake. Um, you know, okonomiyaki, which is actually vegetarian pancake. And also you can do kimbap, the kimchi pancake from South Korea. Nice and hot. Okay, I'm gonna do 1 scoop of vegetable okonomiyaki pancake each. We'll make it medium heat, not too hot. I'll flatten it a little bit. Probably eight on each. Like this. Now, if you're gonna add, if you want to add bacon, this is where you actually gonna put the sliced bacon on top. Okay, let it cook. And now we can try turn it. Nice and brown. Perfection. And then again, if you have bacon, you would have put the slices up top here and then let it cook on both sides. Needs a little bit more brown. Let's check on this. Yeah, did a little bit more. So I'm gonna let this side cook a little bit longer and I can turn. So you can always add more olive oil or oil to the pan. Just fry it a little bit more. Let's let the side brown. We'll do one more round. Really hot. It's gonna be our last round. Should be able to do another 8. What do you think? Looks like we got room for 6 more. All right. Let this cook. Like 2 to 3 each. All right. The second batch almost done. And then we can serve. Okay, now we are going to serve our okonomiyaki. So look how beautifully golden they are. Again, this is a vegetarian version. If you want it with bacon, put in bacon as you cook it. So this is how you serve it. So I would say, 3 a piece, 3 pieces each. Okay, and then this is the fun part. Now I happen to have some pickled ginger, so I'm gonna top it up with a bit of pickled ginger. Delicious. You can get them in Japanese store, or even Korean. Okay, and then if you happen to have Japanese mayo, it's actually thicker, but if not, any mayo will do. I'm gonna like make it like a zigzag. Beautiful. Kids love to do this. And now we're going to put the finishing touch, which is actually key to okonomiyaki. It's the okonomiyaki sauce. The sauce, actually, we get it directly from Japan. It's kind of special. And I would actually cut the top like a triangle. So that way you can kind of squeeze out the juice. Now just make it zigzag, kind of the opposite way. So it's very pretty. If you want a little bit more of the okonomiyaki, you can do that too. And then we're going to top it off if you like, and that's how traditional way of eating it. It's a pinch of bonito flake on top. Here you go. Your okonomiyaki. It's delicious. And kids will love it. The whole family will enjoy it. Okay, I'm going to give it a try. Wow. Yummy. Cabbage, vegetable. The sauce is amazing. Thank you for joining me today. We made Japanese okonomiyaki, which is delicious. Again, you can either make it vegetarian or you can actually add some bacon. Kids love that. And also with the special sauce. Hope you enjoy it. Until next time, we'll see you again. Bye.